I am an effective living ambassador. Go ahead and declare that. I am an effective living ambassador. I'm committed to faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. I am not going to allow myself to be carried about like the world. The Bible says, be in this world, but not of this world. So I'm claiming. Okay, I'm claiming a different mindset in this season. I'm claiming a different mindset. Whatever I put my hands to is going to prosper. Whatever I put my hands to is going to prosper. I'm claiming that in the name of Jesus. I know where I am. It's not all that there is. Hello. I know where I am. That's not all. Okay, I know where I am. That's not all. So if there's more, I want it. How many of you can say that with confidence? If there is more, I want it. Vito, if there is more, you ought to want it. Listen, Kendrick, if there is more, you ought to want it. You ought to want it. You ought to want it. Now, what that's going to require, y'all, is that's going to require that you untangle your mindset. Okay, you untangle your mind. You untangle your mind. Now, what I mean when I says untangle your mind, I wrote this down. Okay, the Bible says in Romans chapter 12, verse 2, it says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." By the renewing of your mind. He says, watch this, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God. What is the will of God? What is good and acceptable and is the perfect will of God. Lynette, can you declare it with confidence? I want the will of God. Miss Jocelyn, you're an ambassador. You want the will of God. Kendrick, you want the will of God. Linda, you want the will of God. So when you show up today, you got to declare it. You got to, Kamara, you got to declare it. Choicey, you got to declare it. I want the will of God. I want the will of God. Now, what that's going to do for you, Mags, is that you're going to have to go ahead and embrace Romans chapter 12, verse 2. It says, don't be conformed to this world. Don't be conformed to this world. Now, the unfortunate thing is the vast majority of us have been conformed to this world. Okay, the vast majority of us have been conformed to this world. And now that we know that we've been conformed to this world, we've got to now make a commitment to renew our minds. We got to renew our minds. Here's what I found out. Mother Katie, I found out that the way I've been thinking about money has brought me to this destination with money. The way I've been thinking about health has brought me to this place of my current health position. The way that I've been thinking about people have brought me to this social position about people. The way I've been thinking about faith has brought me to this place where I am. The way I've been thinking about fun. Do you know that listen, Choicey, do you know, Miss Jocelyn, do you know that there are some people, the dance floor is open and they never get on the dance floor? Do you know that there are some people who dream of a house with a pool but never go in the pool? Do you know there are some people who are very adamant? I have to have a sunroof or I have to have a convertible. And they acquired it, but they never opened the sunroof. They never put down the convertible. I had a convertible Mustang, and I remember I would on the weekends I put down my convertible. And my neighbors like, man, you put down your convertible a lot. I said, why don't you? He had a convertible Corvette. I said, why don't you put down your convertible? He said, well, you know what? I might take you up on that. And ladies and gentlemen, he did. He did. He did. He started taking it down. Because see, some people, they don't realize we're in the world and we're so busy caught up in all of what the world is trying to tell us we should be about that we're not even building our lives the way that our lives are supposed to be built to where we're enjoying what we've acquired. Some people go to nice restaurants and don't enjoy the food. Some people have children, don't enjoy the presence of their children. Some people have nature parks in their neighborhood. They got community pools. Come on, man. They got association parties, block parties. They're not engaged. They're not engaged. And a lot of the reason, a big reason, Lynette, a big reason why a lot of people aren't engaged is because we say things like, watch this. How many of you will be honest and say, I've said that before? How many of you will say this before? That's not me. Come on. How many of you, be honest? I'll go ahead and write in the chat for myself. I'll probably have to type afterwards to say this. But how many of you have written the statement, that's not me? How many of you have said that statement before? Can I get about 10 of you to be honest? Can I get some people to be honest this morning? We're talking about untangling our minds. And you gotta go in and you gotta be honest. That's not me. That's not me. That's not me. That's not me. Whew. That's not me. That's not me. That's not me. How many of you, Kendrick, thank you for being honest. Lynette, thank you for being honest. Miss Sybil, thank you so much for being honest. Megs, thank you for being honest. Come on. We know, Choice, thank you. Listen, we have so many people who don't realize what you claim is not you. I'm gonna help somebody this week. Oh, I'm gonna help some people this week. You want to show up, and these sessions aren't gonna be long. They're gonna be good though. Listen, Angela, listen. Most people don't realize the statement that they claim, that's not me. It's just a matter of condition. It's the vast majority of it is what you've conditioned yourself to be. As a matter of fact, your conditioning started from you came out of the womb. Okay? Your conditioning started. David, your conditioning started from you came out of the womb. So a lot of people, you don't know anything different because your conditioning has been reinforced from you were in the world on day one. As soon as you came forth, your parents said, this is going to be the shy one. I already see she ain't cry like the other one. This one right here, this one I already see. This ain't going to be the stubborn one. This is the passive one. This is the, and what happens is you get up and you go to kindergarten school and then they tell you, and they start telling you who you are. They start telling you who you are. And then you grow up among family and they tell you, you're Brown. None of us had good credit. No, you're Smith, you're Williams. None of us have ever made anything of ourselves. So you stop thinking about making something for yourself. You look on TV and then you start having this conflict of interest because you look on TV and you see the teacher talking about, and then you say, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a president. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. And then your environment, sometimes the influences in your life, they start to remind you, that's none of us in the family has ever been there. That's not us. And then you start saying, hey, I want to bungee jump. And they say, well, we don't bungee jump. Oh, I want to go hiking. We don't go hiking. I want to swim in the ocean. Well, nobody in the family's ever swim in the ocean. And so you start pulling back and suppressing yourself and start claiming what everyone else has claimed for themselves. Most people, David, has not done the work. Jamal, most people have not done the work to discover who they are. Okay? So the Bible says in Proverbs 23:7, it says, for as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. When it says as a man thinketh in his heart, meaning the very inward belief of yourself you start to own, or that's who you accept. The very inward self. There was a time I said, I don't speak. God is my witness. There was a time I said, I don't speak. I would never speak. I don't give me no mic. Kendrick, I felt like, watch this, don't give me no mic. I'm more of an action person. I'm more a behind the scene person. You can't tell. I at one point, I was shy and reserved. And people, oh, that was never you. Then watch this. Then I said, you know what? I don't like heights. I don't like heights. And I said, I don't like heights. And I kept shunning the whole concept of heights, until I started to do this effective living study. And I started to do a research on excuses and understanding the origin for our current position. Most of us have been taught to be who we are, not actually realizing that you could be more than who you are. Okay? Who you've conditioned yourself to be, you can break all of that, but it's going to take work. Okay? Once your thought life becomes connected to the inward, passionate part of who you are, meaning you could say with conviction, that's not me. How many of y'all have heard people, that's not me? And as a matter of fact, I like my age, and I've accepted where I am at my age. And people will push that out there. Well, I'm 47 years old. What are you going to tell me who I am? At this point, I know who I am. Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you know? And I'm a coach. I've been working with a lot of people. And I continue to work with a lot of people. And you will be amazed the amount of people, Angela, the amount of people, Miss Jocelyn, the amount of people, Miss Sybil, their decisions are made external, meaning they don't even like the car, but they bought the car because everybody's going to be shocked that I got this car. They can't even afford the house, but they got the house because, people are going to be impressed that I got this house. They didn't even want that job, but they want the title because of what people. Okay, what people, they know they were born to be on the stage, but they still claiming that, I've never really been a stage person, but yet you dream of being on the stage. I've never been a writer, but you dream of having a book. I've never been on planes. I never like heights, but yet you dream of traveling around the world. There's this conflict. There's a conflict. How many of y'all can say the conflict is real? How many of y'all can say the conflict is real? You watch this. You dream of having millions, but you're settling for just a little bit above minimum wage. You're settling just for. I told my wife, I said 2 things. David, you're gonna like this. 2 things in this season of my life I had not claimed, and I'm going to claim them moving forward. What are the 2 things I hadn't claimed? I hadn't claimed. Watch this. I'm going to write this down, guys. If this is real for you, 2 things, Choicey, I haven't claimed. I've claimed a lot of things, but 2 things I haven't claimed. I haven't claimed, and some of y'all got to claim this for yourself because you feel it in your spirit, okay? I haven't claimed debt-free. I haven't claimed debt-free. And I just was living. And once, as long as I'm ahead of my bills like everybody else, I wasn't even claiming debt-free. Paid off cars. Hello. Paid off house. Come on. Owe no man anything but to love him. Hello? Claiming debt free. I said, listen, I'm going to add that to my vocabulary. I'm going to add that to my conditioning. Do I have somebody who's claiming debt free? Come on, man. You don't need to be 2 car notes away from a car being taken from you. Come on, man. 3 mortgage payment away from them coming to foreclose your home. That is not the way to live. Okay, that is not the way. So my number 1, I'm claiming in this season is debt free. So I'm gonna have to do some things different to make sure I'm learning how to know that things can be paid off. I don't have to watch this, y'all. Some of you guys, you better get this. You don't want to live your entire life paying a phone note. I mean, you gotta bill every month. All your entire adult life, you've been paying AT&T. Your entire adult life, you've been paying T-Mobile. Like literally, you get to the point where you realize, I'm talking about paying them for the phone. You got to get to the point where you say, hold on, the phone's paid for. I ain't financing no phone. Not all my life. I mean, how many of y'all realize we got phone notes that are consistent with some people bill, meaning they've been paying for, because they get caught up in the rat race of doing what everybody else is doing. And what they've now done is you got a phone bill that's paid for your phone. I'm bashing nobody. I'm just telling you, I had to look at myself and says, hey, Ricardo, what do you need to do to start moving towards debt-free living? Debt-free living will help you to create a life you don't need a vacation from. Ooh, come on, debt-free living. Because most people, Choicey, most people have to. They don't choose to. Okay, most people have to. They are so stuck and so locked in that they don't choose to. They have to. And have to is not effective living. Effective living, if you're an ambassador, you want to move towards being choosing to. You get the choice to. You don't have to, you get to. You've chosen to, which is why my second. So I want all of you guys, if you're a part of the effective living community, I want you to own this. I am living debt-free. I want to own debt-free. I'm claiming debt-free. I'm not afraid to claim debt-free. The devil is a liar. I'm not going to be in this world and living like everybody else. No. I'm claiming debt-free. See, I think I only got but 2 people was claiming debt-free. Here's the other one that I'm claiming. I told my wife, my wife and I went to a marriage conference. They had some great speakers, and 3 or 4 nuggets that really were takeaways for us was in the finance session. They had a finance session for couples. That was phenomenal. And here's the deal. The next one I'm claiming debt-free. Come on, Jamal. Thank you so much. Watch this. I'm claiming debt-free. Okay. Now here's the deal. The second one that I did not put on my list, believe it or not, I did not put this on my list. I did not put this. It really was never on my list. It was never on the big radar. But then I started praying. Why haven't it been on my radar? Why haven't it? Why? You better ask yourself some questions this week. You better ask yourself. You want to go, John Wells, you want to go to the root. You want to go to why have I settled? Why have I not made up in my mind to still go for what I feel is my heart's desire? I have a heart's desire. Have you written down your heart's desire? In my book, see it. It's right here. In my book, in the back of it, gives you the opportunity to write down your heart's desire in the form of a bucket list. Okay? Pull the book out, write down your. So my second one, and I'm going to finish up my notes, guys. My second one is, I said debt-free. I'm claiming debt-free. My wife and I, moving forward, we're claiming debt-free. The second one, Angela, I said I'm claiming millionaire status. Millionaire status. I said, why haven't I claimed millionaire status? I'm educated. I'm talented. Come on. I have an amazing gift. I have a phenomenal service to give humanity. Somebody's going to be a millionaire. Why not me? Why haven't I plugged in my head that before 50, I should be a millionaire? Why? What do I need to do to make sure that before 50, money isn't an issue? What kind of problems you got to solve to be a millionaire? That's the question I have to. So I'm claiming millionaire status. I'm going for it. I don't care. Let me tell you something. If you know what I've claimed in this life that people thought would never happen for me, and now I'm living what I claimed before, 2 things I had not claimed: debt-free, and I had not claimed millionaire status. Now, now we're talking about untangling our minds. Every day, Kamara, every day, millionaires are being born. Now, I mean, like birth, established, recognized every day. They say actually now it's billionaires. Every day there's a new billionaire. Every day there's a new billionaire. As a matter of fact, by the time as my son is my age, millionaires will be the new middle class. Because by the time as he's 40, 45, 47, there's going to be trillionaires. There's going to be trillionaires. So millionaires soon to be the bottom of the pile when it comes to the nears. is millionaires, billionaires, the trillionaires. Now I said, why? Megs, why? Listen, there's money to be made. There's money to be made. And what I found out is the vast majority of our issues, the big portion of them. I tell a friend the other day, I said, hey, you need to get a therapist. I can't afford a therapist. I was talking to another friend not so long ago, and he's having sleep apnea issues. I said, you need to go have a sleep study. I can't afford a sleep study. Okay. I told another friend of mine, I said, man, you better stop eating that junk. He said, man, I can't afford to eat anything different. Look how imprisoned, how cornered we are. Okay. When it comes to the failing to accept the role that money plays in our destiny, you're going to need some money. I'm going to need some money. Now, in order for me to maximize my potential, one of the things that I must understand is money is a part of the journey. The more money I have, the more it frees me up to be able to do some things that only money can bring. Only money can bring about. So don't listen in this community as we embark on next level living, as effective living, guys. Let's not be afraid to talk money. Let's not be afraid to spend money. Let's not be afraid to make money. Hello, somebody. Come on, let's write it down. I'm not afraid to make money. I'm not afraid to talk about money. I'm not afraid to spend money. Hello? I am getting off of the rat race. I am not in a lane with everyone else. I'm in a lane all by myself. So this morning, I'm pushing this whole teaching this week, and it's all about start thinking for yourself. Stop spending your money like everybody else. Stop living like everybody else. Stop claiming like, well, that's not me as well, and that's not me, and that's not me, and that's not me. You need to learn how to discover how to be who you... Listen, I have never heard anyone in my family said they're claiming to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. No one ever said they're going to be a millionaire. See that? You got to learn to think for yourself. But you got millionaire talent, okay? You got millionaire education, okay? You got millionaire experience, but you ain't got millions in the bank. Okay, but you ain't got no million, you ain't got million access. You got that money, man. Where's the money? Where's the money? Okay, so what I'm saying to you is start thinking for yourself about the money. When you walk in the mall, you got to ask yourself, you got to remind yourself, when you walk in the mall, you got to remind yourself, all things are permissible to me, but not all things are beneficial. Okay, all things are permissible to me, but not all things are beneficial. Where I'm trying to go is going to demand that I say no to some things. Where I'm trying to go is going to demand that I say no to some things. And I'm telling you, you're going to have to say no to how you've been living up to this point to get to where you're trying to go. Somebody's going to say, you changed. Yes, yes. Somebody said to me not so long ago, Miller, you changed. Oh, not only have I changed, I will continue to change by the grace of God. How many of y'all can say that with confidence this morning? Not only have I changed, with the grace of God, with the help of God, with God on my side, I am intending to continue to change because I want to live a life. Nothing missing, lacking, or broken. I want to live life effectively. So, Miller, you've changed. Yes. Oh, I don't like how you've changed. That's okay. I like how I've changed, and I will continue to change because I've now learned how to think for myself. I'm now learning how to think for myself. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I like the changes that are being made in my life for me to go to new levels and new heights. What about you? What about you? So tomorrow, come back. Tomorrow, we're going to dive into this and we're going to keep chipping away because I need you to untangle your mind. Why haven't you claimed what is your birthright? Pray about that today. Meditate on that today. Why have I been playing small? Okay? Why have I been starting and quitting so much? Why am I in such a comparison zone to where the big majority of what I do is about what other people are interested in? Why? Why am I so in a comparison zone? Why do I think Looking good is what everybody else think, when I like a certain way of how I look, and I should judge me first and make sure that I'm in alignment with who God wants me to be. Why? Where are you when it comes to faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun? What's your thoughts on family? I used to think family was just biological. I'm like, it's your blood. Well, I feel alone. Why would you feel alone in a world with almost 8 billion people? What went wrong when it comes to people and your understanding? Who messed your head up about people to the point where you're not doing life in this beautiful world with people? Why is it that the money is funny when there is no shortage of money in the earth? Come on, the level of experience you have, the level of exposure that you have, the level of education that you have, the level of connections that you have. Why is it that you're still going from paycheck to paycheck? You got to untangle your mind, and you got to tell yourself, I got to start living different. And the way to get to that next level living is you're going to have to untangle your mind. You're going to have to, what I'm going to talk a lot about tomorrow is unlearning. Unlearning. Don't miss it. It's going to be a great day. I love you guys. Thank you all for showing up and being a part of this community. Don't forget, guys, we're going to connect with this whole concept of learning to love ourselves like God created us to be, and not accept ourselves by the way we've become accustomed to being, and knowing that it's less than who we are. I am less than who I actually am in the earth. I am so much more than this. I will bet you right now, by 50, God's willing, I make it to 50, I'm not going to be Ricardo Miller today, because I'm claiming debt free and I'm claiming millionaire status. I'm claiming 1 million ambassadors around the world. I'm claiming nothing missing, lacking, or broken. What about you? Ask yourself, why are you afraid to embark on what God has called you to embark on? Why are you living at a lower level than that God intended for you to live, when the greatness within you cries within your dreams at night, when the greatness within you have you to be in that cubicle and you saying there's more in me? When you realize, listen, the people you around, you realize, hold on. Why am I so dumbing myself down and trying to fit in when I should be standing out? It's time to stand out. It's time to be an example, a trendsetter, a game changer for the next generation. It's time to make a commitment. I'm going to die empty. So whatever is left in the tank, I'm going to write it down on paper and I'm going for it. They said, boy, in his last days, boy, that boy really cranked it up. In her last days, she really cranked it up. Look how she showed up in this latter season of her life. Look how he showed up in this latter season of his life. Yes. Because as long as God's been giving me days, I want to show God that I appreciate those days, Felicia, by being a good steward of it. So today, I'm going to show up. This week, I'm going to show up. The next season of my life is going to be the best season of my life. I'm claiming it. But I have to untangle my mind to get off the track of the wide path and get on the narrow path that leads to life. See you tomorrow, where we'll be talking a lot about unlearning what we should have never learned in the beginning. God bless you. Bye-bye.